Hi, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Life of Byron series. Just wait a moment while I get my happy hat. So, I only just started this series uh, about well, 2 hours ago, but I've just been so excited about this idea of sharing, of connecting, and of um, communicating with people that I wanted to post this second episode immediately. And here it's actually something that I realized just about half an hour ago. And so right now in life, everyone wants stuff. Everyone wants to achieve something, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all have desires, we all have goals and objectives. Some people want to be rich, some people want to be smart, want to have promotion, want to have a good life partner, want to be healthy. And so, how do we get what we want? Right now, I'm in the process of selling my apartment in Sydney, but I'm also opening a few businesses in Thailand. And I have to be very efficient and effective with my resources, with my time, and with the very small, very rare opportunities that only arise momentarily. So I always have to make sure that I understand exactly what the situation is like, how to make the most of it, and how to essentially get what I want. And here I just realized it dawned on me today that the best way to get what you want is through understanding the other side. Right now, I want to sell my property in Australia. It's a one bedroom apartment with no car park in a very good location, and it's also the best, the upper class, the most upper class apartment in the upper class area of Brisbane. And so before I start selling, I'm dealing with a broker, with an agent right now. And I realized, what is the best way to sell to get the most value for my property? So to get the best price. And so I realized that instead of just instead of just telling them what I want or showing them what is good and everything like that, it's so much more important to understand the other side. So first of all, understanding the other side in terms of the agent and what they specialize in, what their experience is in, what their level is at, and what their opinion is, but also understanding the market right now, the people looking to buy apartments, especially just a one bedroom apartment. And so instead of just talking so much or expressing what I think and what I want, I realize that it's so important to understand the other side. And this doesn't just apply for selling property, of course. When you're with your partner, you have to understand what your partner thinks, what your partner wants, what your partner feels. Because if you want to have a good relationship with your partner, you have to understand the other side. This is not just romantically, but also at work. You have to understand what your customers want, what your manager expects from you. At the gym, you have to understand yourself, how you feel, what you want, uh, what you are experiencing when you are exercising. And so then I started to ask myself, how do you understand the other side? And and the realization was you have to listen. Without listening, there's it's impossible to understand. And so I want to practice this skill set of deep listening. There's a very famous Buddhist monk called Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's a Vietnamese monk that's currently living in Thailand, but he has a plum village in France. And he speaks a lot about deep listening because right now everyone is so is everyone is in such a rush to speak, to talk, and to express themselves. But if everyone is expressing themselves, who's listening on the other side? And so the idea is to practice being the other side, to connect to the other side. And so the power of listening is so evident. When we listen, we understand. When we listen, we can empathize. When we listen, we have more clarity about the relationship, about the situation, about the circumstance, and only then can we act more skillfully to get what we want. And ultimately, what we want has to be a middle ground. in any relationship, if it's only one-sided, the relationship won't last for very long. And in life, you want to have long-term relationships that benefit both parties all the time. When I'm a teacher, so when I teach my students, I have to make sure that I'm enjoying the class, but the children are also happy and learning. At at home, I have to make sure that I get what I want and that I'm happy in the relationship, but that my partner is as well, when she feels heard and appreciated. And so everything in life is about getting what you want while also satisfying the other side and coming to a middle point. But that is only possible by understanding the other side, which is again only possible through deep listening. And so, how do we practice deep listening? We practice every single moment of our life, of our waking moments, and anywhere. So, this is also the practice of awareness, which is a very spiritual practice, bringing clarity to the mind, bringing clarity to your senses, bringing clarity to shining the light onto yourself. And so the awareness should be placed on listening. So what is happening right now? What can I listen to? What can I see? What can I feel? What am I experiencing? How do other people feel and think, and how are they reacting? And constantly being in this state of listening, not just listening with your ears, but listening with your mind, listening with compassion, listening with empathy, listening with wanting to understand the other side. This level of listening helps us delve deeper into our connection with the universe, our connection with the people, our connection with nature. And so this is something that we have to practice every day, every single moment, by listening. Of course, that's something that I'm also trying to work on myself, because I know that I'm not a very good listener. And so I have to keep reminding myself that I have to be listening more than talking, than expressing. Listen to other people as opposed to just thinking and remunerating within. And so this is a very, very important practice that if we can master the skill set of listening, it helps us understand our place in the universe, our place in relationships, our place in the world, our place at work, in the family, with our friends. And so it helps us get what we want. When I say get what we want, I don't mean that in a purely selfish way. Because if we truly get what we want, the other people will also get what they want. Because striking the middle ground, striking a middle point where every party is satisfied, is the only way to ensure that the relationship is long lasting, is fulfilling for everyone. And so I really hope that this can be a catalyst for everyone that's listening to practice deep listening, to try to understand the other side, and to practice this everywhere, at home, at work, with your friends, at the gym, when you're doing business, when you're spending time with yourself. Especially meditation is purely just listening, bringing the mindfulness within, and then listening to your mind, listening to your sensations. So I hope you find value in this episode. I hope you can all get what you want, that you are all happy, healthy, and successful. And I hope that we can all cultivate the skill set of listening together. Okay, if you like this episode, please let me know. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it on the comment section below. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.